Hello and or welcome back. We are back to our action. We had just completed our top 32 tandem battles the last time we saw you guys. If you're joining us now, we are just about to start our drivers' introductions. Hello everyone, my name is Ken Gushi. I am joined by Ryan Lontaine, who's going to be acting as our technical commentator as well as being our line judge. We have Andy Yen joining us. He's currently absent from his seat, as well as Robin Ishida completing the judges panel for this weekend. Round 1 Formula Drift Suzuka Twin Circuit presented by G-Shock. All right, now we're finally starting to see some of the drivers pull up into the driver's introduction area. The first car that you guys saw on screen, that green, the bright green Top Tool Racing S13 of Kanta, the 18-year-old first place qualifier, making it to the top 16 already.
All right, Ken, we're going to start some intros here.
Yep.
I'm going to defer that to you, Mr. Can pronounce Japanese names way better than I can.
Here's our 18-year-old. I keep saying that he looks like he's 10 years old. But he's our 18-year-old first place qualifier, Kanta Yanaguida. This kid has so much talent, it's unreal. When I was 18, I did not have nearly as much talent as this guy does. Pretty much throws the car where he wants, nails it on his precision.
Yes.
He's going to be seeing battle against Ogane Yoshitaka of the Wakos team, Mad Face Federal Tires FD3S RX-7. So that's going to be our first battle for the top 16. Our next driver moving on is Miyoshi Hayato Miyoshi of the Good Ride team, T-Pro Passion MJ Style 34 Skyline. His opponent is going to be from Hong Kong, James Tang, who debuted his new vehicle this round for Formula Drift Japan in his RSR 86.
Improved greatly over this weekend.
Progressively got better and better. Now this guy has been throwing a lot of angle going towards outer zone 1. Wataru Masayama, another young driver. He's actually the champion of a Gakudori, which is a series that's for students.
All right.
He's going to be seeing battle against Kazuto Ichiyanagi and his Zeke Power S13. It's going to be the third set of battles. Our next driver, once again, going back to Shinji Minowa from the Minowa couple, the Power Drift couple, and the Heyman JZX90 Mark II.
Wearing his wife's suit.
Wearing his wife's suit. Seeing battle against Yamamoto Junji. This was the battle we saw earlier where our judge, Ryan Lontaine, kind of screwed up on the
I made a mistake.
And gave the win to the other guy. But I guess in the halftime, he came up to one of the judges asking, hey, why did I miss one of the judges? But moving on, here's Koichi Yamashita, who qualified second. Actually won here last year.
Yep. So
we're going to be expecting a lot from him.
He's one to watch.
Driving against Ikuo Saito and the Maltese West Auto JZX 100. A pretty common platform we see here in Formula Drift.
Definitely.
Okay, moving on to Tadahiro Fukuda. He's going to be in the Tanabe SSR Dunlop JZX 100 Mark II. Seeing battle against Takashi Hinome in the Vogue Racing Orvis S15 Sylvia. This guy had a pretty wild initiation against that C33 Laurel we were talking about earlier. Now this next battle is going to be one to watch. Mad Mike Woodette from New Zealand and his Team Magic, or TCP Magic Red Bull, or rather Humbull FD3S RX-7. Qualifying third this weekend. And he's going to be going up against Nian from Singapore, who took out Masayo Minowa in the top 32 battles, going into a one more time. Finally figured it out not to choke himself up in inside clip 1 and keep pace. Now his teammate, or rather team owner, Team Kazama Power Vehicles, JZX 100 Mark II, Andy Gray, which is last year's champion, is going to be seeing battle against Katsuhiro Ueo. Now Ueo is a very old school competitor in the entire sport of drifting. Used to pretty much manhandle a Corolla. Now he's in a GTR VR38 powered S15 Sylvia. So that battle is also going to be one to watch. It's going to be an action-packed top 16.
They're all going to be battles to watch, Ken. All of them. Isn't that right?
That's totally right. Absolutely.
Say hi, Ken.
Hi.
Hi. This is going to be exciting. I know I don't sound like it right now.
You
Just
don't
had
sound
lunch.
so
That's my excuse.
Some people are saying I sound like I'm not impressed. But to be honest, you know, watching the impressive practice that we saw pretty much off the live stream and then seeing some of the qualifying runs that we witnessed yesterday, I was rather unimpressed with some of the driving out here. But they definitely stepped it up progressively, especially with the likes of James Tank, who definitely found some points on track.
Well, I could agree that you're a hard to impress kind of guy. It's maybe not just here. Maybe it's just how Ken Gushi is in general. Are you hard to impress, Ken?
Is that in reference to
just asking in general? Is that?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm, hard to please.
Hard to please.
I guess being a driver in the same series stateside doesn't help the fact that I'd rather be driving out there trying to impress you guys.
Yes.
So.
Well, I get that you could be feeling as though I could be out there doing a lot better than that guy. You know, maybe you're feeling a little disappointed that way.
But there's a lot of talent out here.
There is. I must say that they stepped it up by practice today and for top 32 today. So going from qualifying yesterday, yes, maybe some of the qualifying yesterday wasn't ideal. And even talking to some of the drivers after qualifying, they said, yeah, I kind of messed up. It wasn't my best. But sometimes it's the pressures of qualifying that get to people, and it's not ideal. But
speaking of pressure and qualifying, Mad Mike came up to me earlier, and I told him, hey, that was a nice buy run you had in your top 32. He's like, yeah, man, I should have done that in the top the qualifying, and I could have scored higher. So these guys know what's going on.
Absolutely. We sit up here sometimes and say, what is that guy doing down there? But it's not always the case. Sometimes they make mistakes. It's not always what they intend to do, right? Sometimes we feel like, why is he doing that? When it's simply just an error.
That's all. When the pressure is off, you see where they really shine.
Exactly, yeah. And a lot of these guys, the pressure of qualifying is way worse than the pressure of tandem competition. You know,
I can tell you firsthand.
There's a very different type of pressure because qualifying pressure is, if I don't do this, I'm not in at all. I'm going to let down my whole team and everything. Tandem, it's like, well, I'm here. I'm going to go battle with this guy.
It's not just qualify. It's top 32 as well.
Top 32? Yeah, because that's a big step now.
If you lose in the top 32, you're going to spend the entire halftime show disappointed in yourself.
You're right.
You know, depressed.
And 32 now is hard at FP.
It is. There's no easy win anymore.
No.
Everyone's capable of winning.
No, we say that up in the tower often, where when we start 32, we look at the bracket and think, wow, this is a stacked bracket in 32. Yeah. Whereas, you know, even a few years ago, you could, not that we'd know who was going to win, but you'd say, okay, that's a stronger driver. Chances are he's going to do better. The other one's maybe not as strong, but that's not the case at all now. Now top 32 is anybody's game. It's a death match from the beginning, right? Unless that evil Byron fellow shows up. But other than that, yeah, I bet you do.
Never had him.
He's not here today. He did not. I think he missed his flight to Japan from USA. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe we got to do that more.
He's probably waiting for us in New Jersey, which is next weekend.
It is next weekend. We're going to go home and go directly to New Jersey.
Yep.
I'm home for a day. That's all right.
I'm home for a day, too.
Yeah. It's all right, though. It's the life we chose.
Yeah, hey, I'm not complaining. I'd rather be doing what I do now than sitting at a desk.
Go home and do some laundry and maybe bake some muffins. Andy Yen baked me some muffins. They're delicious. He's a wonderful baker. I hope to be able to return the favor for the next round.
Speaking of Andy Yen, the judges are back.
Yes, they are. Eating, again. That's all they do is eat.
That's all they do up here is eat, drink coffee.
Yeah. That's all right.
All right, as we await our first pair for the top 16, I'm going to think about what we could talk about.
I don't have to think about talking about anything, Ken. It just comes natural with you. It's just so easy. Easy flow of conversation. We're waiting for some drivers to get ready.
The weather's getting a little hot.
It is getting warm. Yeah. This morning was gorgeous. There was a breeze. The breeze seems to have stopped now.
Clear skies.
It's sunny, so it's kind of warm. But we're under the tent, so we're doing okay.
But the sun's starting to creep up on the table that we have.
Yes, that will soon get us right in the face. But I was watching the drivers earlier. They were already getting hot. They were waving the doors as they were sitting at the start line, trying to get some air flowing in their cars.
We have a lot of foreign fans out here this weekend.
It's incredible.
Especially from Brazil.
Yes, a lot of Brazilians. I think in the Nagoya area, there's a large Brazilian-Japanese population.
That is amazing.
Yeah, you can see a few of them right there.
I like that. I like the fact that we're pulling in foreign fans.
I met a young man from Russia today that just bought an S13 yesterday.
Very nice.
He's very excited about becoming a drifter himself. He lives near the Meihan circuit.
Okay,
so he's going to be drifting over there. I told him be careful.
Yep.
And he just laughed. But he's excited about getting into the drifting world in Japan. He had some drift cars in Russia before he came here, but he's going to be here for a little while. Met some people from the U.S., met some Brazilians as well. So it's a big crowd here.
We met that YouTube star.
Yes, Igor, the YouTube star. I met him in Brazil recently, and we hung out quite a bit. He had people coming up to him. We were just in a random mall getting something to eat, and people came up to him. They were shaking. They were almost crying. They were so just entranced by his being at the mall in Brazil. They could not believe that he was there, and they wanted pictures and autographs, and it's incredible how popular he was. Him and Bruno Bar, that's another Brazilian YouTuber that was there. So that guy's more just Brazilian with the Portuguese language, whereas I believe, actually I'm not sure, Igor might be doing Japanese and Brazilian, or just Brazilian, but anyway, he's big in the drifting world.
Yeah, it's cool to see that this series is pulling in fans from different
backgrounds, different series, genres as well. The crowd today is definitely the biggest crowd I've seen here at Suzuka Twin over the few years that we've been coming here.
Yep.
It was very, very busy during the break between 32 and 16. People were everywhere. So that's great to see. A lot of support for this series in Japan now.
It is indeed.
Mr. Iwata's built it up, and it's come to a great place, so we're happy to support him.
All right, and we are happy to see the first pair of the top 16 battle against Kanta Yanaguira and Yoshitaka Ogane. Okay, let's wait and see what's about to unveil. Kanta's going to take the lead. Looks like a close initiation from Ogane. Slight feint. Nice aggressive initiation from Kanta up front. Slightly shy off the outer zone 2. Now he's going to take the midline, approaching inside clip. Nice proximity from Ogane, but takes out that inside clip. Now that's what we were talking about earlier, where if you're in the chase position, you don't want to be too close by the door at inside clip number 1. Now that's exactly what messed him up for the transition going into inside clip 2. So let's take a look at the replay.
The one nice thing about this is our lines are still painted beautifully. There's no rubber on them, but he did miss outside zone 2 in the lead position, which of course led the chase to miss it as well. He got into outside zone 1 fairly well, but you can see he's a few feet off there of outside zone 2. Ogane in the chase position is doing a good job of mimicking, but just got himself a little too far on the inside, got a little bit of air right there, and also ran over inside clip 2 pretty significantly. It looked like that hit kind of mid-front bumper, so that's not ideal. You can see him lifting that inside wheel a little bit right there.
He's three-wheeling
around there. So
that's
watch the way
that critical mistake
Ogane right here, way inside. He hit it with the front left part of the front of the car there, so not ideal in terms of the chase positioning through there. You want to try to stay close and mimic and everything. We say like a slight tap of the cone is not a big deal, but it depends what part of the car hits that clip, and he hit it with, basically he was on the inside of that clip. Maybe the front left corner of that car hit it, which is a little too much, because that means the front right was way in the grass, quite a bit off the track right there, so not ideal.
And it wasn't like Kanta was doing anything fishy in that area. The only thing about his lead run right now was the fact that he missed outer zone 2 from his approach from initiation outer zone 1.
So if
that was the
anybody's
only mistake.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering what's going on right now, they were just taping up the nose because hitting all those clips knocked his bumper off. But
there you see the tape
right
there, the tape on that
That's what we were waiting
passenger side front.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to switch it up right now. Kanta's going to be chasing Yoshitaka Ogane in his FT3S RX-7.
I like that the wheels match the car. That's good.
They don't have the stripe.
No, they don't.
All right, here we go. As Ogane takes the lead, Kanta's going to be chasing him. Nice proximity as he approaches outer zone 2. Better job chasing. I spoke too soon. Better job filling outer zone 2 from the lead driver of Ogane. And then we saw Kanta sort of fall off on that wide line approach to inside clip number 1.
So I can say pretty confidently that Ogane had a better lead run. You can see that right at initiation, he gets to outside zone 1 properly. The car floats out to outside zone 2, exactly where he wants it to be. Look at that, fills it. You can see the rubber mark on the ground now that the run's over. It's did a great job. Unfortunately, Yanaguida stalled out just before coming into inside clip 1, and his proximity fell down to 0 essentially at that point in time.
It's almost as if Ogane's lead run was pretty much flawless for his standards.
Yeah.
I mean,
he actually touched him right there. I didn't realize that. So Yanaguida's front right wheel hit Ogane's left rear wheel.
But that has no fault on Ogane.
No, he really tried to dive in, it looks like, hit him, and that's what caused him to fall off right here. Yeah.
All right, let's see what our panel of judges think about that battle. It looks like Ogane is going to upset Kanta in the top 16.
Yes.
Ogane will be moving on.
So that's 16th position taking out first position in that battle right there.
Huh. So I gotta say, the lead run from each driver was the crucial turning point of that battle, since we did see Ogane make a mistake on the inside clips.
Yeah, you could say though that Yanaguida didn't do a very good lead, right? He missed outside zone 2 completely, and this is a major portion of the track. But yes, he did make some errors. It looked like Yanaguida made a much bigger one though, the way he kind of tapped the left rear and then almost came to a stall right there, and then proximity fell right off. Yeah. But yeah, you could say, yeah, exactly. You could say that the chases were kind of wiped out and the leads were taken into account.
All right, moving on to our next battle, Miyoshi against James Tang from Hong Kong. Nice approach into outer zone 2. A little bit of an e-brake pull out the outer zone. Good proximity from James. He makes space for the transition. A little behind on the transition, losing angle, compromising some of that angle to gain proximity towards the latter half of inside clip 2.
You see a very different initiation style from James Tang in the chase position. So if you watch the lead, he has a big swing. James looks very subdued in the chase, but he initiates at the right point, gets everything done. Like you said, the lead car there had a bobble coming into outside zone 2.
And he got on the e-brake at the zone.
Right, yeah, the couple of bad points there. James is doing a good job proximity-wise. A couple of corrections in the chase position, though.
I feel like
a couple
he had
of bobbles.
To compromise angle just to gain back that proximity that he had created or lost at the inside clip 1 to make room for the transition.
Yeah, so he gave up a little bit there. Not ideal from him. The lead position did have a couple of things as well. He got out sort of wide into outside zone 1. He just dipped a tire, or sorry, into outside zone 2. Dipped a tire in there, not as wide as he could have been, but James Tang took advantage of his early initiation to initiate where he had to, which was the 1 cone. He did a great job of doing that and got in there, which is important. That's the main thing you need to do.
And that's a few cones knocked over.
Oh.
So it's going to be a restart and a strike on James' end. So they'll go ahead and make a U-turn. Say he's feeling anxious.
Maybe a little bit right now.
Or maybe excited.
He has some tape on the back of his car from that hit in practice earlier. He's definitely stepping up his game, though. He's getting more seat time, it seems like. He's getting more comfortable in the car. He's more able to get the car where he needs it. Let's say that last season he was a little less than stellar, especially in the chase position. But he seems more comfortable in this GT86 compared to the BMW that he was driving last year. It seems that he's more comfortable. He's able to put together decent lead runs and decent chase runs as well, which is, of course, you have to be able to do both, right?
Right, and it's amazing to see the progression from James just throughout this weekend alone.
You're right.
Starting from practice and going into qualifying now. This is pretty much the most aggressive James that we've seen so far.
Yeah. It seems like he's gaining the confidence to be aggressive. Maybe in the past he wasn't comfortable doing that, but now he seems like he is, and he hit another cone again.
Another cone, so that's 2 strikes.
2 strikes. He's got to be careful now.
Oh man, I mean, he's been doing that since practice too.
Yeah.
So, you know what's crazy is if you look at the 2 cars side by side, James's 8.6 is significantly wider than
it does
R34.
look wider.
And R34 is not a narrow car by any means.
So this is a disadvantage to making your car ultra wide with crazy steering kits. And where are we going? Oh, there we go.
There they are.
All right. James just needs to take a deep breath right now.
Relax.
And he needs to drive in a very precise manner to get that car through those cones.
One more strike and he's out.
He's
correct?
out right now. He'll get an incomplete for this run.
All right. Come on, James.
Yes.
Okay, Miyoshi into R34. I just heard Andy say that he's just so excited.
Yeah, he needs to just, like I said, take a deep breath. He needs to get through that evil wall of cones up there, and then he can get into the serious business of driving.
Then he can get pissed.
Just take your time,
All
James.
right.
Don't try to get
Take it
away.
easy. There he goes.
Made it
Clean
through
start.
All right.
Okay, there goes James. Straight line initiation, slow right to angle, but he does get to outer zone 2, filling it nice. Decent proximity from Miyoshi in the chase position. And just as I say that, he does leave the ground.
That's the announcer's curse. Good job, James.
Yeah, not a bad lead from James.
Yeah.
He does get to outer zone 2. Proper.
Yep.
Very proper approach. It's just that his initiation was lazy.
It's not the most exciting initiation, I'll give you that. His rate to angle's a little bit slow, but he rotates the car, gets through outside zone 1, gets to outside zone 2, and actually does a very decent job of filling outside zone 2. So you can see there, not the most exciting initiation, slight bobble there, comes off the zone maybe slightly early, but otherwise doing a great job through here. Maybe a little bit off inside clip 1, and then slightly off inside clip 2, but definitely doing what he should be doing in the lead position to get through. It's not like he's trying to get away. It's not like he's giving anything up, really.
Right.
Slightly offline, but other than that, yeah, that actually wasn't too bad from that perspective.
I mean, as
Not
far
either.
as far as lead or chase to chase, I feel like James has an advantage over Miyoshi.
Well, lead to lead.
This is where I take a step back and let the judges do their thing and play along with the results. But all right, Ryan, Robbie, and Andy all slide over to James. So James Tang, congrats to you, my man. Gets the win. Moving on to the grade 8. Great job from James.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, he's really stepped it up. It's great to see the progression in any driver, especially just in one weekend. But from last year, very big. So that's another upset. Position 24 just beat position 8. So we've got 2 upsets already.
All right, our next battle, Wataru Masuyama going up against Kazuto Ichiyanagi. Masuyama's leads are always exciting to watch.
Yes.
So hopefully we get to see it in this lead lap of his. He always has that flick, quick rate to rotation or to angle, filling all the outer zones. There he goes with that flick. Nice approach into outer zone 1. Just a little shy on outer zone 2. In fact, completely misses it. Ichiyanagi with a slight mistake behind. Now he's completely straight, giving up that run. So at this point, Masuyama has a huge advantage as far as going
he needs
into
to
the
clean
second
up his
run.
lead, though.
He
I love
does.
his initiation. It's great. Like you said,
Just he's initiating too soon, I feel like, getting back on throttle.
killing too much speed there. Isn't
Right.
he? Yeah. Not able to get to outside zone 2, but lucky for him, Ichiyanagi shuts down at inside clip 1 and just drives through to the finish. So you have to wonder if there's a mechanical issue with Ichiyanagi's car and if he's going to take time to fix it now.
It did sound like he was struggling to get into the power band. Multiple clutch kicks, trying to bring that RPM up.
What engine is he running, do you know?
I believe it's a 2JZ.
Okay. We've had some issues with 2JZs this weekend from different drivers, haven't we?
We have, haven't we?
We have.
Well, that one that spilled oil all over the track was I believe that was a SR20.
It was an SR. We had
the
Mr.
power
Gray,
vehicles
right? Andrew
plan.
Gray's engine died
and then Emily's engine.
halfway through the first lap, apparently.
Right.
So he
On
did
his
3 laps
re-debut.
up at Ebisu testing before he came down here. Half a lap here and it blew. Yeah, and then
Emily's
the engine
car
in Emily's car
that Benjamin's
as well.
driving.
Yeah, that's 2JZ problems. That's a shame.
All right, well, we see that Ichiyanagi has made it to the line. I wonder what happened. I just feel like maybe he just got out of power band and lost the chance to get back on power. So here we are. Ichiyanagi is going to take the lead. Masuyama is going to follow. Nice approach, very close to the wall. Better approach onto outer zone 2, but still fails to get entirely into the zone. There's Masuyama giving him space to
Did a beautiful job there, didn't he?
Yeah, mimicking the line angle.
Yeah. He did a good job of staying out of Ichienagi's way on transition between inside clip 1 and inside clip 2. Kept enough proximity to make it look good. That's what we're looking for.
And
but
in the outer zone 2,
recipe right there as well.
Go real good to real ugly.
Yep. This is going to be a fun side of the bracket, but
yeah, this side's definitely heavy, especially with the foreigners.
We're going to get some names knocked out here on this side.
Oh, for sure.
Either way.
I'm a fan of a lot of these drivers, so I'd be pretty happy if any of them won.
Yes, sir.
It looks like Saito has made it to the line. Yamashita is going to be leading. Again, Saito does not want to fall asleep here. We all know Yamashita is extremely fast off the line. Carries a lot of speed through the entire track, the entire course rather.
Yep.
All right.
Cannot give him an inch because he will take a mile.
He will indeed.
Indeed.
All right, and there you see that rocket ship of a start.
There it goes.
You see that gap already. I've been saying his car is fast. Good approach into outer zone 2. Gets in it a little late, but Ikuo has to take a shallower line as he tries to close the gap. In doing so, he does not get anywhere near
that thing is incredibly fast.
That thing is fast. And we've been saying it all weekend.
That's with the chicane.
I remember his battle against Edmund, where Edmund fell asleep and tried to close the gap. He ended up crashing into the wall. So good thing we didn't see that from Saito. But right off the bat, there was already a huge gap. But then Yamashita did go into outer zone 2 late. However, Saito was extremely shallow and nowhere to be found. So even if he compromised his angle or line to gain proximity, he couldn't do so in following Yamashita. That thing is fast.
You have to wonder how we could slow the drivers down even more off the line.
I mean,
double chicane?
No, you make the chicane tighter. Or you use concrete barriers like we do so at Irwindale.
Concrete's the best.
It is.
Yeah, but it would have to be tighter. The thing is, even as at the current level of tightness, we still have drivers that hit a lot of cones going through there.
We'll be a lot more careful if it was concrete.
No, you're right. It would have to be a combination because I think if you tighten it any more than it is now without concrete, you're going to have a hard time getting drivers through it without hitting cones every time, right? But concrete definitely solves that problem. Nobody's ever hit the concrete at Irwindale,
I don't think
oddly enough.
All right, here we go with the second set of this battle. Yamashita's going to have to keep his pace and strategize against that of Saito since he does have a faster car, but he's doing a decent job in the chase position, creating that little opening for Saito to complete his rotation at the transition and then closing that gap again once more at inside clip number 2 as he crossed the finish line. So decent run from Saito.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he couldn't shake off Yamashita. So let's take a look at the replay.
He did miss outside zone 2 by a pretty big margin, and it set his line up pretty weird going from outside zone 2 to inside clip 1. He went really, really wide, and it gave Yamashita even more of an opportunity to get close. So if you watch here, sort of over the line there, but way off outside zone 2.
Out of outer zone 2.
So he's going to go pretty wide here. Try to reach into inside clip, but you can see he dropped quite a bit of angle in that area as well. And then he got the car kind of set for inside clip 2, but Yamashita was in striking distance, let's say. He wasn't super close, but
now if we take a look, or if we can recall Yamashita's lead, he did get to outer zone 2.
He did.
A little late, but he still managed to fill it.
Exactly.
And of course, the proximity was nowhere to be found on that first battle. So
you're right. So there we go.
Yep, I think that was an easy one. Yamashita is going to be moving on to the grade 8.
And rightfully so. He deserved that one. He did a good job. Yamashita, lead and chase.
Okay, this next battle is of Tadahiro Fukada in the JZX 100 Mark II going up against Takashi Hinome in that S15. So Hinome was the one that stepped it up earlier in his battle against Kitao. two more times, but here he is, going to be giving chase against Fukada, who qualified 7th place. I'm excited for this battle.
Yeah, this should be good.
There he goes with a slight jump in the chase. He's going to go with that small little waiver. E-brake entry. A little shy off outer zone 2, taking that tight to midline approach with inside clip number 1. Maybe at the second line. But Hinome cannot close that gap as they cross inside clip 2 going to the finish line.
Fukada's not really following our lead goals.
No, he was out of outer
List.
zone 2 for sure.
Yeah, he's not filling the course. His
And
car's
not
pretty quick though. You can
not
see
a
he
very
pulled on him.
aggressive entry either.
Yeah. So definitely treated that as a touch and go, but didn't really even touch it.
Right.
A little bit off there on inside clip 1. Bit of a lazy transition there too at between inside clip 1 and inside clip 2. So here it is from another view. I love this view. This gives us a really good idea of how things are going from just as they approach inside clip 1 right there. So it's a nice view, and then through to the finish.
All right, now let's see how they both do once the roles are switched. Hinome had a solid chase earlier.
He did. So hopefully puts that together.
Actually, I'm sorry, Fukada had a
You
solid
mean
chase
Fukada,
earlier.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
We'll see if he can hold it together for this one.
Yep.
It seems like his car is a little bit quicker than Hinome's. We'll see what happens when he's in the chase, though. Sometimes when you're in the lead, you seem to have a, I don't know, even though there's the chicane, you seem to have that open track ahead, and those lead cars can sometimes pull away.
all right, here we go. Hinome in the lead. Fukada closing that proximity, keeping distance. Nice initiation from Hinome. A little shy off outer zone 2, but Fukada is right at his door. Goes a little wide right there.
Oh,
and
no.
spins.
Broke.
Oh, broken suspension. So
Front
there was
right.
contact, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely broke that front right.
That driver's side front looks like it's slammed to the
Yes.
ground. Looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
But unfortunately for him, I don't think that's going to help him in any way.
Hopefully we have that secondary view that'll give us
Yeah,
exactly what happened there.
Let's look at what happened, because I didn't see anything fishy going on
No.
up front. He's a
So
little shy
got out wide,
on
but
that.
not super wide. Right there, yeah,
Oh,
hit him. Hinome was able to keep going. Now we'll see if we can get the other view. Hopefully it comes up. There we go. So Fukada trying to stay close. Boom. Wheel to wheel.
Was he off throttle though?
We'll try to get that replay again.
Because after he got hit, it seemed like
Yeah.
he got back on throttle. Yeah, as we wait for the replay, you can see that the entire front side of his car is on the ground. His wheel still is intact, so most likely broken arm. I don't think I saw anything fishy going on.
No, I don't think so either. Just good to check, double check.
So this is the first run where Fukada was in the lead.
Yeah.
As you can see, he didn't get all the way out to outer zone 2.
You hear them dragging that jack out there.
Yep.
Gonna try to get it up on the beautiful new Formula Drift Japan flatbed. So here we go.
All right, this is the run we were waiting for.
Yeah. So we're going to do both views, hopefully, here. We'll see what it looks like from this perspective.
He did, for a brief second, get off throttle there.
Okay.
Seems like, at least from what I think. You saw there was a little cut in the smoke just as he was coming around.
Yeah, tire's still spinning. He might have been just off throttle a little bit.
But I mean, off throttle doesn't necessarily mean he was brake checking
Exactly.
anything. You know,
No,
he
no,
was
no.
probably keeping pace, because it didn't look like an abrupt stall or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was no stall up there. You couldn't see a a significant slowdown from the lead car from Hinome. It just looked like Fukada was on a slightly tighter line on the inside of outside zone 2 and didn't have anywhere to go.
All right, Robbie's going to slide it over to the left. Ryan's going to the left, and Andy. All 3 judges slide it over to Hinome. So Hinome will take the win, moving on to the grade 8.
So the challenge now is trying to get that car up on the flatbed. There's 1, 2,
they
3,
can't even
4,
get
5,
the jack
6
under the car.
6 people over there.
They're trying to just manhandle the front end of that poor JZX 100.
Okay, Mad Mike, they're sending him back to the burnout area because he's kind of there too early right now, depending on how long this takes. They've got some ramps coming. Anyway, we'll see what happens next month.
Going back to our battles, this next battle is one to watch. Mad Mike Woodette from New Zealand going up against Nian from Singapore. So this is an international battle.
It is. Nian's got a lot more stickers on his car this year.
He does.
Typically his car's just gray. It's just his name on the door, but he's got Ray's and Zestino on there, Tomei. So he's earning himself some sponsors that I don't ever remember seeing on there. So here we go, they're off.
Both aggressive chase drivers. Here goes Mad Mike, the signature entry. Nice approaching to outer zone 2, filling it completely. Nice mid line going to second number 1. He needs a rev limiter banging away. Nian in the chase position, falling back just a little bit.
So Nian's car is fast, but Mad
Mike's car is a rocket ship.
Mad Mike did a good job. Now, there's one thing, like we said earlier, to being fast, to being aggressive, but to be precise as well. That's the hard part. And Mad Mike here was a little bit off outside zone 1, but filled outside zone 2.
It wasn't his signature flick, aggressive entry, quick to rotation or rate to angle, but nonetheless, his rate to angle right there in the transition was
great,
pretty good.
Yeah, if you watch his initiation, it's almost like he's trying to get the car to step out to flick it, and it just stuck. And then he initiated. So it wasn't quite what we're accustomed to from him on the initiation. He did, like I say, miss outside zone 1 a little bit, but filled outside zone 2 quite nicely.
Yeah, unfortunately for Nian, the gap was created before they even got to the initiation area. And for Nian, it would have been crucial for him to keep that gap short as possible.
You're right.
So let's see how Nian does up front. Mad Mike in the chase. Once again, Mad Mike is an amazing chase driver as well.
Yes, he last year with it was Andrew Gray at Ebisu. They did 2 one more times, I believe, and Mad Mike just lost by a little bit.
Right.
But the level of precision from both of them, run after run after run after run, was really impressive to watch. But it was again up to the spotters to inform of where the little changes should be made. Fortunately for Mad Mike, Andrew Gray's spotter gave him a little bit more info. So here we go. Next
here
run.
we go. Mad Mike looks like he's staying close on entry. E-brake initiation. Nice job getting down to zone 2. Great proximity from Mad Mike as they both approach inside clip number 1. Now Mad Mike has to give a little space for transition, and he did just do that. Going towards inside clip number 1. Great proximity.
That was great.
Nice. Good composure from him too at inside clip number 1.
Look at Nian's initiation. That's what we expected to see from Mad Mike on his initiation when he was leading. Nian threw that car. He had to be perfectly 90 degrees to the wall as he was going by outside zone 1. Look at that.
That's a lot of
beautiful. Filled. He came off a little earlier than Mad Mike did, but he was just as deep while he was in there. Did a good job throughout inside clip 1. Great transition inside clip 2. Gave it a little bit of a tap, but it was just the inside of the bumper. Not a big deal. But Mad Mike, great, again, looking at what that lead car is going to do, predicting, and getting into the right position.
No games played.
Look at the transition, got himself placed perfectly right there. Predicting is a big aspect of what's going on here. And like you said earlier, it's that experience as a driver that gives you the insight into what that car ahead's doing and what it's going to do. Anticipating
it's also
their
important to know your opponent. The consistency of your opponent, what sort of performance,
what to expect from them
all weekend. Okay. And Mad Mike will be getting the win. Great job to Nian on his lead run.
Great lead. That's where I think Nian really picked up a lot compared to previous seasons, is his ability to put together a good lead. We used to smile when we saw Nian on the line because we didn't know what to expect. Like, oh, this is going to be either amazing or he's going to go sailing off into the grass.
Now he's consistently performing to his best up front.
Exactly. And if he had a little bit more traction there and was able to keep better to Widette, maybe there would have been a better tandem on his part. But you could see from the lead performance he just put on, very, very good.
Right. Okay, our last battle in the top 16 is of Andrew Gray in the Power Vehicles JZX 100 Chaser. And chasing the Chaser will be Ueo Katsuhiro in the VR38 powered S15. There goes Andrew Gray's signature rolling start. Nice approach into outer zone 2. Good proximity from Ueo as they approach inside clip number 1.
Oh, four wheels off.
It looked like Andrew Gray just gave Ueo a taste of his own medicine with the smoke screen.
Yeah. Hard to drive through that smoke screen.
Ueo got lost behind Andrew Gray.
This is where the muscle memory comes in. You're trying to get yourself positioned where you think everything is, even though you can't really see.
And you just hope.
You just hope and pray. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Andrew Gray gets slightly into outside zone 2, but leaves it too early.
Right.
You've got Ueo right on his tail here, but through that smoke, transitioned way too early, 4 wheels off. So that'll be an incomplete from Ueo, unfortunately. And that's the game we play in the chase, trying to get yourself positioned in the right place and anticipate where a transition should be made. He did not anticipate that one very well.
Right, but great job for Andrew Gray and staying committed on throttle through both inside clips. Paid off for him.
Yes, it did.
But now this is where Andy has to be careful because we all know Ueo's
the tables are turned right now. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
He's also capable of throwing a lot of smoke.
Yep.
And he's extremely aggressive on entry. So Andy just has to make sure that he's anticipating that aggressive signature Ueo flick.
And able to position himself in the right spot after that flick has been completed so that he can stay close, because he needs to get close early. This is not a track that you can make up ground on, especially in cars of this level, right?
Absolutely.
Once that car ahead is gone, pretty much gone. Not really going to catch up unless they make a mistake somewhere serious on the track. But the slowdown area here is in the beginning, basically, an initiation. After that, it's pretty much on throttle through to the finish, and you don't really have a whole lot of chance. So
not only that,
stay close right
Ueo
away.
is extremely experienced, so he knows where he can sort of play around with his car in terms of placement, deceleration, acceleration, and whatnot. So knowing that he's in a huge deficit right now, it's going to be interesting to see what he does.
All right.
There goes that initiation. Wait for the initiation call. Pretty far off from outer zone number 2, but there he goes. What we were talking about earlier with that smoke screen, trying to play the same game as Andrew Gray from inside clip number 1 to 2. But for Andrew, I mean,
that lead run was not ideal.
It wasn't ideal at all.
No.
And that smoke screen that Ueo tried to use had no effect.
No. So Gray at least got into the zone and then left it. He didn't even get into it. He was not anywhere near it. So he's at a disadvantage in terms of that. He had low angle there at inside clip 1. Gray looked like he washed a little bit wide here.
It does look like he was sort of affected from that smoke.
It did,
especially going from outer zone 1 or inside clip 1 to 2, because his car was completely engulfed in the smoke.
Yeah.
And he did run fairly wide at inside clip number 2. Pretty far away from the lines that we marked on the ground.
Right. So. He went wide instead of tight, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. But managed to keep it on the pavement.
The mistake from Ueo is going to cost him his win.
Yeah.
So 3 judges sliding over to Andrew Gray, last year's Formula Drift Japan champion. Let's see if he can keep that up, defending his championship. So that's going to complete the top 16. And our first battle in the grade 8 is going to be of Ogane. So Yoshitaka Ogane against James Tang from Hong Kong. Great job to James.
Yeah, he's made it pretty far now. These are our 2 upsets right here that won. So Ogane beat Yanaguida, so that was 16 beating 1.
Yep.
And then Tang was in 24th qualifying position, and Miyoshi was 8, and Tang won. So this is 24 going against 16 right now.
Wow.
In the top, the grade 8 essentially. Yeah.
This is going to be fun. As far as skill set, it should be pretty close then, relatively. So James will be giving chase to Ogane.
Yep, Tang.
Here we go. It looks like they're ready to send.
There we go.
Ogane's going to be taking the lead. Both straight line approach. Kind of far away from outer zone, but gets inside outer zone 2. James is really close on his door. He's going to give that space right there, and he does so perfectly. A little early on inside clip number 2. Oh, and
James
it
isn't going
stalls
to make
out.
it. That
Looked like
front
he
wheel,
strained
yeah,
out.
the front wheel got on the inside of that rumble strip that is paved, but it drops off quite a bit. And it looked like it dragged the front right and caused him to over-rotate a little bit, and then he had to straighten up.
Did.
So watching
I'm
this
afraid-
initiation, it didn't look like there was a whole lot of speed, but he's able to let that car float
Right.
way out. It didn't look like he was going to make it to zone 1, but he did somehow.
He sort of missed outer zone 1 as well, but let's take a look here. So he hooks the right side tire,
Yeah.
over-rotates, and then strains out before the finish line. So
Yep.
would that be a incomplete on James?
It would be. Unfortunately, James didn't complete the course, so
All right.
yeah, the other judges are nodding that they also agree on an incomplete from Tang.
All right. Well, James is going to have to pull some crazy magic out of his
Trunk.
trunk of that 8.6.
Yes. That's where he hides it, I heard.
Yes. All right, are we going to be seeing the most aggressive run yet from James in this lead, or is Ogane just going to run off with the win? Here we go. Once again, it's going to be a straight line approach, slow rate to rotation.
Huge
E-brake.
e-brake.
A lot of e-brake going to outer zone 2. And it gets back on throttle before inside clip number 1, sort of running away from Ogane
Yeah.
in the chase. But fortunately for Ogane, no major mistakes on his end in the chase. But James with that long e-brake pull, stretching it out from outer zone 1 to outer
Into
zone 2.
zone 2.
He does manage to get into zone 2, but it was just
massive.
so much e-brake.
Yeah,
And
watch
that
his
slow
handbrake.
rate to rotation right there. There's more e-brake. Finally gets it. It's sort of like a touch and go.
Little
Doesn't
bobble
really-
thing going on.
Doesn't really feel it.
You're right.
And at that point, Ogane was pretty close to him, but had to kind of back off
Sure.
to avoid contact, essentially.
Yeah.
But that big mistake from James's chase in the first run is what I'm going to assume the deal breaker for him.
It's not ideal to have that type of e-brake pull in that area. He should have been back on throttle by the beginning of outside zone 2, but he was still pulling the handbrake that he had started pulling quite a ways before that. And I know it's not easy with the black wheels to tell, the darker wheels, but you could definitely see that handbrake pull. And Ogane is going to get the win from all three of us.
Yep. Okay, our next battle is going to be of Wataru Masayama and Shinji Minowa. So Masayama is going to be leading first against Shinji. So it's the 4th place qualifier against the 5th place qualifier. So once again, another close battle that we're going to be seeing here. So Shinji's going to be in a position where he's, from what I think, a lot stronger this weekend in the chase than he is in the lead. But we did see some stellar driving from Shinji in the earlier lead battle. There he goes, slight jump from Shinji as Masayama goes through the chicane. It's going to be a close initiation.
Woo!
Nice proximity. Nice approach to outer zone 2.
Wow.
Completely filling it out. But look at Shinji keeping his proximity to Masayama, giving him space to transition.
That was great.
A little low on angle on Shinji's
Yeah.
end towards the latter half of the course. But nonetheless, great job from Masayama on his approach from outer zone 1 to 2. And great proximity from Shinji in the chase.
Shinji anticipated every move that he made so well, especially right at initiation. Watch the way that he mimics his line beautifully right through there. It's exactly the same. His angle is slightly less, but like I was saying in the meeting, you're looking at 3 different things in the chase position. You're looking at proximity, line, and angle.
Right.
And if you can get at least 2 of those, you're doing pretty well. And
He got line and proximity.
and proximity.
For sure.
The angle's slightly lacking,
Right.
but we're going to have to see what Masuyama does in his chase position, if he can maintain that level of proximity, and if he has to give anything up to maintain that. But it was a
Great
good-looking,
job from Shinji.
yeah, good-looking tandem battle. That's you like to see them close, and you like to see them aggressive.
All right, now Shinji has not been looking good in the lead pretty much through the entire weekend, but just last battle in the top 16, he started to show some promising runs up ahead. So I'm really excited to see what he does up ahead with that feint entry. Woo! There he goes, getting to outer zone 2, but we saw the little impact from Masuyama in the back and that wall, so he did take out an angle, but look at that lead from Shinji.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess he woke up.
He certainly
woke up
did.
Today.
Masuyama went a little aggressive there on the initiation.
On the entry, yeah. He hit the wall. You can see the blue mark on the wall
Right,
by the first cone. Take a look at Masuyama right there. There he is. But Shinji, one tire off on the outer zone 2. Not a big deal from what I can assume.
Well, Masuyama did a great job considering he hit the wall on initiation. Looking good through here. Angles matched better.
As far as proximity, chase to chase, I'm going to say Shinji had the better of the two.
Yeah.
But the lead, Masuyama's lead to outer zone 2 was actually pretty impressive.
It was.
Unfortunately for him, he had that bobble
Yeah.
on outer zone 1 while he was in the chase, so I can't really say which one would be the heavier deduction of the two. But nonetheless, a great battle.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Looking at the lead to lead, and then comparing the chase runs, trying to figure out who did a better job in both positions, and then overall as well.
Well, what would be holding you back here from making a decision?
It's the wall tap from Masuyama. Was it really that big of a deal? Because he hit and he straightened a little bit. There was a definite lack of angle in that position right there. So I have to look at that mistake and.
Well, here's the decision anyways.
Yeah.
Shinji's going to take the lead. I mean, that's what I was thinking anyways, because that bobble from the chase was not a good mistake to be making.
No.
All right. Next run, Yamashita against Hinome. This is going to be a good battle too, except Hinome cannot slack off on the start.
No, he cannot.
If he has a good spotter telling him everything about
what's
Yamashita,
going on,
it's the fact that his car is a rocket ship.
Yeah, do not sleep on the start line because that will be the last time you do it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is where strategy comes into play for the chase driver. The chase driver is allowed to jump the light, but it's a very risky thing to do because you need to time it so well. And for some reason, Yamashita's turning his windshield wipers on right now. Yeah, you need to time your departure so well. You need to get off the line in a way that doesn't leave you too far ahead.
Right, because if you jump the light too quick and then you have to back off waiting for the lead driver.
Once they pass you, you're done.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to.
See there, he's jumped, he's accelerating. This looks like it might work for him. Yeah. But still, Yamashita gets ahead.
Yeah. A little shot out of zone 2, which gave Hinome an opportunity to attack, except that he was a little shallow. Probably came off the power band, forcing him to kick the clutch multiple times. So,
what I saw was Hinome reacting to Yamashita, and sometimes reacting is what gets you in trouble. You have to anticipate, but you have to predict at the same time.
Right. You have to be a step ahead.
Yeah, and what happened here is watch Yamashita. He's out here. He grabs the handbrake here, and when he pulls it, so does Hinome in the chase. And when he does that, he loses his power. He loses his angle, and he loses a little bit of proximity at the same time. And it's that e-brake pull right in front of us here that really hurt Hinome. Had he not pulled it, he could have gained proximity on Yamashita and actually had a better run throughout, but he probably reacted to that pull and thought, he's going to slow down too much and I'm going to make contact.
But that e-brake pull from Yamashita would be considered a mistake because
yes,
that's
absolutely.
not an area where you should be on the e-brake.
You're right.
Acceleration, not an acceleration area, but an area where you should be
maintaining proximity through there. Exactly.
Pace, actually.
Yeah. but it was a missed opportunity for Hinome to stay on throttle
Yep, for sure.
and not be so reactionary to that pole, because it was something that probably affected his forward momentum, but it's something that Hinome could have used to his advantage as opposed to slowing
he
down.
couldn't.
Exactly.
All right, so let's see how this goes, where Yamashita is in the chase position, and Hinome is going to take the lead. There's that flick, initiating before the third marker. Nice. Approach into outer zone 2. Yamashita is right there by his door as they both approach inside clip number 1. Yamashita's going to give him a little space.
Ooh.
A little bit of a straight line approach into the transition, but nonetheless, maintaining proximity.
Yeah, but Yamashita had a bit of a straightening there.
He
in
did
the
at
chase.
inside clip number 1.
Exactly, yeah. So let's watch as Hinome initiates. He needs to put down a really good run, and he does. You can see that after initiation, he gets all the way out to outside zone 2. So good job there. Fills outside zone 2. No weird little handbrake pulls. And as we always say, you need a good lead to have a good chase.
That's where he strained,
Yeah.
which we couldn't see from this angle.
Hopefully the next view will show it a little bit better so that we can see exactly what Yamashita did there.
There we go.
So he gets inside. Here we go, back on throttle.
We still can't see much of it.
Yeah.
Well, I can't really tell from this angle either, but I know what you're talking about. He lost a little bit of angle as he was crossing through inside clip number 1.
He did, yeah. So another tough one.
But lead to lead.
Hinome did a better job on the lead.
Yeah. And I still have to, I want to say Yamashita did a better chase overall.
Yeah.
Because Hinome had that hiccup here reacting to
Exactly.
Yamashita's little e-brake pull. Would it be a one more time?
It's a tough one. Yeah, it's a one more time, I believe. So let's see, Robbie's
going to say one more time. Brian Lontaine is going to say one more
I
time.
bet Yen went, yeah.
Andy went to Yamashita, so it's going to be going one more time.
Yep.
Can you ask Ryan Lontaine why I went one more time?
I went one more time because I felt that one did a better lead and one did a better chase.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
All right, so we're going to be moving on to our next battle, which is one to watch. Our series champion from last year going up against Mad Mike, who's been putting down some solid runs. He finished the season in fifth place last year with a win in Okuibuki. So these two star drivers are battling it out in the top 8. Here we go. Mad Mike with the lead. Andrew Gray with the chase. There's that signature flick. Nice. Into outer zone 2. Andrew Gray closing the door. Mad Mike accelerates his Back to the Future. Flaming tire. I don't know if the camera can catch that. Let's see if the replay can catch that. But every time, or not every time, it's happened quite a bit where Mad Mike crosses through inside clip number 1 and just ignites his
that left rear wheel tire. Great initiation. Outside zone 1's perfect. Outside zone 2, beautiful. Andrew Gray is a little bit on the inside there, so he's given up a little bit of line to try to maintain proximity.
And he loses ground a little bit where
right
the
here.
inside clips are.
And he actually dropped the tire past the finish line there. Not that that's an effect on his performance at all, but you could tell that he was a little bit off there.
There's that fiery. So Andrew Gray loses ground, leaving outer zone 2, going into inside clip number 1, and throughout the rest of the course. So let's see if
he has a big challenge here in the lead. Because Mad Mike did such a great job in outside zone 1 and outside zone 2, he has to do just as good as, if not better.
With more angle.
It's going to be tough because Mad Mike did a great job on outside zone 1 and 2. He filled 2 all the way to the end. And now Mad Mike in the chase, he just has to do what Andrew Gray does in the lead, basically. If he mimics what he does, follows the same line, same angle, good proximity, he's going to be able to win the chase.
See if he can keep proximity to Andrew Gray. There's that signature flick. Nice approach to outer zone 2.
Wow.
Both drivers, good proximity from Mad Mike. Taking that midline, going towards number 1, and this is where Andrew Gray puts Mad Mike into the smoke, but it seems like there's no effect for Mad Mike in the chase position.
He's right there.
He had anticipated every move that Andrew Gray had put out.
He was where Andrew was going to be before Andrew was there. Right on initiation, he's super tight, nice and close.
And it was a good run from Andrew Gray,
It was. Yeah, he got out wide. That's one of his, well, he left outside zone 2 pretty early.
Right, which put him in that tighter line going into inside clip number 1,
Mm-hmm.
which forced Mad Mike into the smoke screen, but it had no effect,
Yeah,
essentially.
he's still able to get in there. I guess his muscles have good memory. That must be what it is.
So this is the lead run from Mad Mike
Yeah.
earlier. And this is where we saw that slight gap.
Yeah, that built up a little bit
That
behind
built
him.
up.
Yeah. So, yeah, looking at the lead, Wedette, I think, did a better job just because of the way he filled outside zone 2, whereas Andrew Gray did not fill it. He got into it briefly at the beginning, but left it pretty early, something that Mad Mike didn't do. He filled it the way he was filling it in practice on day 1, and that's the way that Mad Mike had claimed he wanted to do his qualifying, but it just didn't work out for him. But he's here doing it now, and that's what's important. He's putting it together in the tandem situation where you need to be performing at that high level.
I like Andy's initiation style, though.
Mm-hmm.
He lights up the tires way before initiation.
Yeah, it's exciting.
All right. Robbie,
Mad Mike.
Ryan, and Andy is going to go to Mad Mike. So Mad Mike is going to be making it into the final 4.
I'm sure Andrew Gray is upset that he does not have the car that he hoped to have, that he planned to have at this round, which could have made for a different result if he had the new car. This one they pulled out of storage. It didn't have a diff in it. It had a bunch of parts off of it. They brought it here overnight from Ebisu.
Yeah, he wanted to thank his entire Power Vehicles team for that, actually, driving 9 hours from Nihonmatsu all the way down to the Mie Prefecture.
And then they had to reassemble it in the morning before the event, before qualifying. So they did a lot of work to get that car ready, and he made it to the grade 8.
Yeah, not a bad
Can't be
result.
upset with that, considering what
Solid start to the
he was
season.
using, you know.
All right, so we're going to revisit the top 8 battle of Yamashita and Hinome. We're going to see Yamashita take the lead for the first run. Both drivers from Japan. Okay, here we go. We see Hinome with the jump once again, so he's got to time this right. Okay, there he goes. Once again, already a gap. Oh, and Yamashita goes way deep into the He's back on the mid line, which is second number 1, but just smoking.
That was a risky move.
That was, would that be 2 tires off?
We'll have to watch the replay. But that was definitely very, very deep in outside zone 1. So he got into it at the right spot, but yeah, definitely dropped 1 tire there, hit some clipping points. And that point, that's where Hinome fell off.
Yeah, but Hinome followed him into that dangerous area as well.
To the danger zone.
Wow, okay. I could do that too.
Totally. Anything they can do, you can do better.
All right, so they're just going to switch it up and go out to finish off the top 8 battles. So we currently have Ogane, Shinji, the winner of this battle, and then Mad Mike
in the top 4.
Top 4. All right, here we go for the second run. Hinome is going to be leading, Yamashita in the chase. A slow start.
Yeah, so that was a very slow shift.
Filling it completely. Yamashita right there. Nice transition for Yamashita.
Much better proximity.
Back into the door of Hinome. So that was a strong latter half of the course.
It was.
In terms of the chase from Yamashita.
Yeah.
Not a bad lead from Hinome either. He got
went deep in outside zone 2.
He did.
He did a good job. So you can see he got in there right at the beginning, rode the line, left it just right. But Yamashita's right there. Did a great job.
Nice transition too.
Yeah.
He took it a step earlier, just to position himself
Yep.
better for
That's
the exit.
Anticipating and predicting, knowing what that lead car is going to do.
And you got to know where the track edge is too, because you're essentially transitioning through the smoke.
Yep. You're using a lot of senses there.
All right, Yamashita's going to be making it into the final 4. So he'll be seeing battle against Mad Mike.
So right now we have 2nd place qualifier, 3rd place qualifier, 5th place qualifier, and 16th place qualifier.
Yeah, either way, so between Yamashita and Mad Mike, one of them is going to get 3rd place.
Yep.
One of them. So one of these drivers are guaranteed 3rd place.
Exactly. Whoever loses that battle, essentially.
Yep.
So next up, we've got Ogane and Minowa.
Shinji.
So Minowa's going to be leading
Yes.
first.
I'm hearing that this is the first time we're seeing Ogane do competition in Formula Drift.
Really? Yeah, that makes sense. I don't recognize his name. Or his car, for that matter.
Yoshitaka Ogane.
So top 4 about to start. Good pace with this event. Seem to be flowing along quite nicely.
There's Shinji warming up his tires on that Heyman Products Potenza JZX 90 Mark II. The Koguchi Power Wing.
As you know, Ken, I've been riding along with some of the drivers in Formula D USA.
Yep, breaking our cars.
Breaking your cars. I broke your car for you the time I rode with you. You're welcome for that. But one of the things I found fascinating were the different techniques that drivers use to warm up their tires in the burnout box.
Yep.
Just fascinating. The difference, I rode with you, I rode with James Dean, Chelsea Denofa, Forrest Wang, and some of you are very basic and simple in the way you do your little burnout rituals, and some are very complex and very odd.
Yeah. I'm straightforward. Warm up the fronts, warm up the rears,
Right.
and get to the line.
But some of them warm up both at the same time. Instead of doing the fronts and then doing
I
the
know
rears,
what you mean. I do that too.
they do the understeer thing
and
with the
then we're both
burning.
spinning the rears,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very, very weird feeling from in the car, especially with WiseFab, because
Right.
we're going right
Pushing.
for the grass, and it's like, what are you doing right now? We're going to have to back up, and then somehow
We rotate.
managing the weight balance, and the car rotates at no speed at all
Yep.
somehow, and then you just keep going and do it again. It's
Yeah.
fascinating.
That's the power of WiseFab.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to these battles. The first battle of the top 4, Ogane versus Shinji. Shinji's going to be taking the lead. Going to the left, faint entry, initiating for a 3rd marker. Nice approach into outer zone 2. However, Ogane is right at his door, and that's just as I say that, Shinji's going to pull away. Going to inside clip number 1, transitions, tight on inside clip number 2, crossing the finish line.
Using your announcer's curse once again.
Maybe I can choose the winner myself
can-
using my voodoo, juju.
Yeah, you're putting
announcing
bad juju
skills.
on that chase car right as they go by us. He's so close, and now he's not. Look at that. How'd that happen?
How do I make that work for my competition battles?
You
But
need to just talk like you're an announcer. So Shinji gets into outside zone 2, leaves it slightly early, gets close to inside clip 1, close to inside clip 2 as he comes through here as well. It looked like Ogane in the chase position was close early, but then fell off right when you
Right.
said that he was close. So I don't know what it is about coming by outside zone 2 to inside clip 1, but there's a little area there where the corner tightens up, and it seems like some drivers are able to maintain and some
Well,
aren't.
it looks like Shinji's car has a better rotating ability to go from outer zone 2 to rotating the car even further to get to inside clip number
Right.
1. And that's where Ogane fails to adjust to that
He certainly did.
and falls off the grid right there. But now they're going to switch it up. Ogane's going to be in the lead. Shinji's going to be in the chase. Shinji, a very aggressive chase driver. There he goes,
There he
side by
is.
side initiation. Both drivers very aggressive on outer zone number 2. And there's Shinji maintaining proximity. Extremely tight on
Wow.
Ogane's door. Even tight at the transition. Just keeping proximity from start to finish. Oh my
Shinji
God,
is using
wow.
the power of his wife's racing suit to
He
stay
is-
very close. He's
He
done
is
a
on
great job.
fire when he's put into chase position.
Yep. Very impressive.
Wow.
Running up to initiation, Shinji manages to keep good proximity on the run-up. As they initiate, Shinji is right there on the same line. You can see he's a little bit further back fills that zone exactly the same way that the lead car is. Look at that proximity. Look at the mimic, the angle, the
Even
transition
the
here.
transitions,
Boom.
like perfect timing.
Same timing. That is exactly what we're looking for when we say mimic. We're looking for you to mimic the line, the angle, but also the transitions. It just looks poetic out there when you're watching them transition together like that. It looks like they're working in unison. So we're going to get the results right now of the Ogane-Minowa battle.
Robbie's going to go to Shinji. Ryan's going to Shinji, and Andy. So Shinji makes it into the finals. Is this the same Shinji we've been seeing in practice on Friday?
He has developed
found
a great
something.
deal over the last couple of days.
Yep, our second place finisher from last year here at Suzuka, and the second place winner of the series last year, Shinji Minowa, making it all the way to the finals from what I felt a slow start from him this weekend.
You're absolutely right. And
there's Masayo, his wife, right there on screen.
She's so excited she can't even contain herself. Look at her, she's crying, she's so happy. I'm joking. But we sort of heard about the fact that Minowa lost his ride in the 370Z that he was driving last season. So he showed up here driving his
Personal
tried
car.
and tested and true JZX, and we thought, well, that's too bad. He was looking strong in the 370Z.
Yeah, he was.
He was doing a great job in that car, and he was pushing really hard last season. We thought at the end of last season, well, he might be a contender for the championship next year. And then when we showed up here and saw him in that car and heard the story, we thought, oh, that's really too bad for Shinji. But like you said, he did have a poor start. His wife was outperforming him greatly in practice. She was doing a great job, and he was having some struggles. I don't know what he adjusted on his car, but he has that car to the point now where it's performing the way that he was performing last year in the 370Z.
Especially in the chase.
In the chase run.
That's where he shines.
He's so strong at, and it's the years of experience, right?
It is,
Him
absolutely.
and Robbie have been driving together forever. The
Just since
Heyman
they were
crew,
teenagers,
right?
yeah.
And these guys are old now, so that's a long time. But they are veterans of the game, and he's clearly using everything that he's learned over the years to get that car exactly where it needs to be. And it's that reading of the lead car that is so vital, and it's either you have that or you don't.
Once again, that's experience.
Yeah, you need to earn that or have it innately. He has it, definitely.
And it's amazing to see that progression in just a matter of a day, from starting off not so great to making it to the finals.
Yep, driving the way that he's been driving.
I'm actually glad he's back in the JZX90 Mark II over the 370Z that he was driving last year. Yep. I mean, of course, it's a Toyota product. You can't go wrong with Toyota.
Insert plug right here. Is this part of your contract, Ken? You have to insert those here and there now and then? Speaking
of Toyotas, we see the Toyota Mark II of Yamashita, second place qualifier, going up against Mad Mike.
What's that car next to it?
What
brand is that?
I think that's what they call the Humbull.
Just won't say the name.
That's not a Toyota, that's for sure.
That's a Mazda. Also another Japanese brand from, is that Hiroshima area they're from?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Look at him flashing his lights.
There he goes.
Mazda.
Mad Mike with it.
Mad Mike and his Mazda.
Magic Mike. Mike is a strong chase driver as well, but he does not want to sleep on the line.
Hopefully his car's
fast.
His car's fast.
Yep.
Boom.
Nice, aggressive initiation from both drivers. Very aggressive chase. Wow. Awesome approach to outer zone 2 by both drivers, and we saw Mad Mike using the left foot brake technique to maintain proximity through inside clip number 1, going to inside clip number 2. Wow.
That was great.
Just as we had expected from both drivers. Yamashita had a strong lead run. I thought he was actually going to take off on Mad Mike, but Mike's car is fast.
So watch Mad Mike's line here. He's tucked right in where he should be. He's actually slightly deeper in that zone than Yamashita
while
was,
maintaining proximity.
Maintain proximity. Look at him. Transition was just a beat off, but not bad. Just a heartbeat behind. It's not that bad. What we're looking for there is the ideal transition, but Mad Mike's right in that pocket, we like to call it. He's out of the smoke line, so you can see what he's doing. He just had to cross it a little bit right there. He did a great job. That is what we're looking for in terms of a chase run. It's in the meeting I often say your line should be as good as the lead driver, and your angle should be as good as the lead driver or better. And sometimes guys go, better? How can it be better?
Whoa, you just witnessed it right now.
It can be better. Even when the lead driver is doing a great job, the chase driver can do even better.
By going deeper.
Going deeper and having better angle behind them. That truly shows how dominant that driver is.
Right. Now, Yamashita has quite the work cut out for him.
He does. He's going to have to be really close and mimic exactly what Mad Mike's doing.
There's that signature flick to the e-brake initiation. Not that close in proximity from what we saw of Mad Mike. And just as I said, he tries to close the door, but now we see Mad Mike
Ooh, that was a missed shift.
essentially dusting Yamashita.
So, yeah, Yamashita was off right from the initiation. He was on the inside. Wasn't on the same line, right? If you watched Mike listens so intently during the driver's meeting. He asks questions. He wants to make sure he knows exactly what we're looking for. And in this case, he knew exactly in the chase. In the lead position, Yamashita wasn't able to match what Mad Mike did in his lead or even in Mad Mike's chase. So watch Yamashita here. He's ahead of Mad Mike.
Yep.
He's on the inside. He kind of gets out a little bit wider. But then right at this point here, I believe Yamashita had a misshift, and the car kind of strains a little bit, and he loses ground. Goes off track, and that was a clear dominant victory from Mad Mike.
Wow.
Mad Mike wants it this year.
He is hungry right now.
Definitely hungry right now.
The Hungry Bull.
Yep.
Hung Bull.
Hungry Bull. Hungry Bull.
Hungry
Watch
Bull.
what you're saying over there, Ken.
Yeah. Hungry Bull.
Yeah. This is a family show. So,
Anyway.
all
All right, let's take a look
Calm
at
down.
who is going to be taking the win. 1, 2, 3, Mad Mike Woodette, number 1, 2, 3 from the Humble TCP Magic
Mazda.
from New Zealand.
Good for him.
Great result for him. He
Amazing.
is one man on a mission right now.
So Yamashita ends up in third place.
I'm pretty sure Tony is watching from back home.
Yep.
Got a
Listening to
message
us.
from her earlier saying that I was doing a fantastic job
Great.
commenting with Mr. Ryan Lontagny.
Montagny. I'm sure she's laughing at my poor imitation of the New Zealand accent right there, but
Mad Moik.
Mad Moik is Mazda. It's the best I can do. Hopefully I'm not disrespecting anybody with that. I mean it in all good fun.
Absolutely. We
Yes.
love you guys, New Zealand.
So I'm going to write Yamashita in here. Yamashita,
Yep, Yamashita is guaranteed a podium.
third place from him. Now it's going to be up to Minoa and Wedette to settle this, to see who's going to win.
What an exciting sets of battles we've been witnessing.
It was a mouthful there, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. You got through it, though. You did
Fobbing
pretty
out.
well. Wedette
I'm in
and-
the land of
of home.
not so good English. I can say that because I'm Japanese.
You're Japanese. You're all right. I'll just sit here and smile.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My notes have been suffering in the last little bit here. I haven't been writing anything at all. The battles have been really good, but I've been talking a lot.
Yes,
Been
yeah.
rambling on here. I hope
You're
that's
doing
okay.
a fine job
Well, thank you.
of multitasking on the commenting, a technical commentator,
Technicalities.
as well as being a judge.
This
I
has
can
been a
do
fun
everything.
battle.
Oh, it's been a
fun
great round.
Set of battles is what I wanted to
Absolutely.
say. It started off, like we said in qualifying, a little lackluster. We're going to attribute that to the beginning of the season, but coming into the tandem battles, top 16 has been great. We've had some really close battles.
We've
had
had
a couple of
upsets.
one more times. We've had upsets,
Yep.
and the last few battles, they've been clear wins, but they've been really high-level battles.
For sure.
So
That's
it's-
Shinji's wife on
yeah.
screen right now.
Masayo.
Masayo.
Tell her to smile. Tell her to wave. Tell her to say hi. There you go. Say hi. There we go.
There's Masayo on screen right now.
There we go. So she's waiting, and I'm sure she's nervous as hell right now, waiting for the final battle to come up. Her husband is going up against Mad Mike, and now she's embarrassed. We've done a good job.
What an awesome pair.
Yes, they are great.
Drifting pair.
They go up to Ebisu and they post pictures, her drifting, him drifting.
And their son, Hero,
Yeah,
drifting.
Hero's drifting now too.
Yeah.
Hiroya's what? 8-year-old?
He's
8
8 years old doing
and-
donuts and
yeah.
figure eights at
Shinji's
Eddie's.
already got him driving, so he's going to be the future. He's going to take your place as the future.
Yeah, you know what? I welcome that by
All
all
right.
means.
Because you're the present now, I think. You know,
I'm
you're
the
living
present,
in the
if
present.
not the past.
The present of drifting.
Yeah.
Yes. Living the dream out here in Japan with us, announcing this wonderful event. Yep.
I mean, if I can't be driving, I'd rather be around drifting.
Right. If you can't drive, you might as well be here doing this, because what else would you be doing right now?
Exactly.
You'd be at home getting ready for next weekend's
That is
Formula
true.
Drift New Jersey round. Do you have any weird things that you do to get ready for an event?
I wear purple boxers.
How soon before an event? The same weekend, or?
No, yeah, that weekend I'll wear purple boxers.
But working up to, let's say, the week before you
I
abstain
mean,
from.
It's nothing weird, but I'll get on my simulator, play some
Okay.
drifting,
Practice.
Assetto Corsa. Yep.
Do you have Wall, New Jersey on Assetto Corsa?
I do,
You
I do, but it's not as accurate.
I would imagine not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wall The wall at wall is pretty daunting.
It
The
is.
angle of the bank is something that I don't think could be
Mimicked on a
really
video game.
felt through a video
Right.
game, right? But you have the VR version, don't you?
I do. I have VR.
Okay. How realistic is that with the VR portion?
Just 1 second. It
Oh.
said final, but this is not the final. This is the top four run of Ogane and Minowa. So we're kind of highlighting the battles going into the final round of Minowa and Mad Mike. But now going back to your question about
The VR version.
VR, it's not as accurate,
Okay.
but it's better than nothing.
Right.
And while I'm on the simulator, I like to think of what could possibly go wrong and then how I can prevent those things from going wrong.
Do you ever tandem in the Assetto Corsa
I
world
do.
with?
I go online.
But you go against other FD drivers.
No, because I don't know of any other FD drivers that are on Assetto.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Nobody else?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know. I
you
just
don't know.
have never.
Well, if any FD drivers are listening right now, Ken's gamer tag is KenGushi69, and he wants you to go tandeming with him in Assetto Corsa.
The video game tandem, not the tandem of anything else.
Well, I think that practice, if you look at other motorsports, they all use some kind of simulator to practice while they're not driving.
And that's to keep your mind sharp. Your I guess your.
Is it like your inputs, your reflexes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going online, you never really you can't really guess what the computer's going to do because it's a real person in the real world doing the same thing you're doing. So.
Are there some kids that are pretty good on there that you tandem
with?
with?
There's a ton of good people out there. I don't even know if they're kids or adults.
Yeah, who knows who they are.
But yeah, there's a ton of good drivers on Assetto Corsa.
So these guys are out there battling with Ken Gushi online, and they don't even know it. They don't know because your gamer tag's something secret.
It's pretty obvious.
I
it's
like rainbows or something. Or
yeah, something like that. What's funny is my YouTube name is just Higher Education Act.
Oh.
Which was something I was reading in high school, and I was making an account, and I was like, I couldn't think of a name, so I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to put Higher Education Act, which is something that happened in history. I forgot.
Now everybody knows, and they're going to find you.
All right, so we see Mad Mike Woodit warming up his Toyos. He's on Toyos this round.
It's pretty wild Toyos from what I understand.
Toyo R888R Drift.
Drift
is what they're calling it.
So they are drift-specific tires.
So from the feedback that I've been getting from Mad Mike, he's saying that they're amazing tires.
Yeah.
I mean, I've yet to drive on anything else other than what I drive on currently in the U.S., which are Falcon RT615K+.
All right, another plug from you. That's good.
Plug from me.
Another little bonus in your pocket. Yeah.
But he'll be seeing battle against Shinji Minowa.
Running on Bridgestones.
Yeah, Bridgestones' Potenza RE71Rs.
A very capable tire in their own right.
Absolutely. He's been on these tires forever now.
Okay.
And he knows exactly what these tires are capable of. And now it seems like he knows exactly what this car's capable of once again after being out of it for so long. But now we see that he's actually on his wife's wheels, the pink Graham lights.
Wife's suit and his wife's wheels. He's doing a great service to his wife this weekend.
Doing her proud.
Yeah.
All right, so he's going to get in line. He'll be in the chase. All right, guys, this is going to be the finals. The final between Mad Mike Widet, Magic Mike, going against Shinji Minowa of Heyman Products.
You can hear that rotary from here.
He's excited.
Yeah. The headlight flash again.
Yep, he's excited.
Yes, he is.
We're excited. Shinji's excited.
I'm sure Shinji's nervous. Masayo's down there smiling and
nervous.
Machan's.
Here we go. Mad Mike's going to take the lead. Nice proximity from Mad Mike. We've been seeing Mad Mike going to outer zone all weekend, and just as I say that, there's Shinji on the chase. He's got to give him room, and he does so. Clearing inside clip number 2. Oh, my God.
Where did that come from?
Okay.
Nobody's been able to keep up with Mad Mike like that.
You're right, but Mad Mike's approach to outer zone 2 has been on point all weekend. But Shinji's chase,
Shinji was right
from
there,
start to finish,
filled outside zone 1, filled outside zone 2. He didn't give up anything.
No, this part where I thought he should have given up a little space, he didn't. He's just stayed right on him, transitioned really tight on Mad Mike, and even got close to inside clip number 2. So that was a strong lead performance by Mad Mike.
Wow.
And a spectacular chase job by Shinji. Shinji just looked possessed.
That was incredible. And Mad Mike was on fire again.
He's always on fire. His driving's on fire. His tires are on fire.
Car's on fire.
But Shinji's chase was unreal.
This is going to be a tough one if everything goes as both of them are going to plan now.
Wow.
It's going to be hard to improve in either position. The lead was phenomenal. The chase was phenomenal. How do you get any better than that?
I don't know, but I'm so excited for Mad Mike's chase because we know he's on fire, literally and figuratively.
I don't even know how this is going to get. How is it going to get better? It's going to be sparks and fireworks, and that's the only way I could possibly see this getting any better than what we just saw.
All right, here we go. Shinji's going to take the lead. Mad Mike in the chase. Now Shinji's going to go wide to the left. Feint entry. Nice approach.
Oh!
Deep into outer zone 2. Oh, and he straightens up with a massive error up front. Mad Mike's going to take advantage of Shinji's mistake. And they're both going to cross the finish line together.
Shinji went for it.
Shinji knew he had to pull off something crazy out of his trunk.
He had to go somewhere where Mad Mike was scared to go, but
Right.
Mad Mike was not scared. Mad Mike came with him.
Not scared at all.
He held on tight for the ride and went along with him.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm sure Shinji is happy and ecstatic, even though he made this critical error at outer zone 2.
Wow.
He's all smiles right now behind that mirror. We even saw Shinji right now turn around to see if Mad Mike was right there.
Incredible.
Oh my God.
Little over the shoulder look to see back. That was fantastic.
That was such a fun battle, even though
Shinji messed up a little bit, that was fun. That was good to watch. He went so deep right there. Any deeper and he would have been into the tire wall. He had to be inches away from it with that big trunk on that
big
car.
Saloon.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Oh my God. I want to be out there with these guys.
Well, you got to work on that for next season, or maybe next round.
Budget.
Yeah, get your stuff together.
Well, no, if I do that, I can't be up here commentating with you, and I did have a lot of fun up here.
Well, that's sweet of you to say.
Do we have a winner? Do we have a decision?
I believe that we do.
We do have a decision, so we're going to go ahead and wait.
I believe we're going to wait. We're probably going to bring them all to the front here.
Yep.
And do a little announcement, make it official, and then we'll get them over to the podium.
One thing that's for sure is Yamashita is going to come up with a third-place finish.
That's for sure 100%, yeah.
Yep, and 1 and 2 is going to go to either of the two drivers, Shinji and Mad Mike. So two things are for sure, actually. One of those guys is going to win. All right, and we are back bringing you guys the action live from Suzuka Twin Circuit. Round 1 of Formula Drift Japan. We just finished our final round between Minoa Shinji and Mad Mike Whitted of New Zealand in the Red Bull TCP Magic Humble, which isn't very humble.
Not at all.
But that was a great battle we just witnessed in the final round. If there was anything I can pick out of that battle, it was that Shinji did a great job getting back in that car. And then, although it was a slow start to his weekend, he definitely picked up pace and really progressed as the weekend went on. And as far as Mad Mike, I mean, just as we had expected, he was a man on a mission this weekend.
He is on a mission this season.
The season
is
definitely
what he made clear to us. He had some concerns, let's say, with the results at Ebisu last season.
Okay.
And
that was the battle we were talking about earlier with Andrew Gray.
Yeah, he didn't agree with the way things went. We had a couple conversations when we explained our reasoning. We explained what he could have done better. We talked to him and his spotter, and I think they're coming back so much stronger this season for that. He is very focused. He clearly wants to win the championship. He's not just here to win an event.
He's not here to play around.
No, he's not at all.
He's definitely serious, and he has a goal.
Yeah, and him and his team are working really hard.
Oh, for sure. You can tell from his driving that he's hungrier than ever to take that top spot here in Japan for the Formula Drift Series.
They've been posting videos of them testing preseason at Okoibuki, which is one of our tracks that we use, the mountain. It's a ski hill where we use the road up to the ski hill. It's kind of like a bit of a toge course, really, when it comes to drift
That looks
event.
like a fun course to drive.
It does. It's uphill
Yeah.
through a parking lot and then back down the hill. It's really fun and different in terms of a drifting course. I think Mad Mike I think it's him that said that it's one of his favorite tracks that he's ever really driven on, and other people have said the same thing. And
there's the top 2 finishers.
yeah,
We don't know who's going to take the win.
nobody's going over there to say anything to Yamashita. I guess he's on his own.
Yep. Well, Yamashita for sure. Spectacular performance from him. Second place qualifier of the event. A winner of this round last year. Great job finishing third on the podium.
You got a little "you" from Mad Mike down there. He's pretty happy with his performance. So they're getting ready to announce it.
All right.
There's a bit of a process here in Japan when it comes to announcing things.
Is there?
Ah, yeah, I'm sure you know that. Here we go. Here we go. We're waiting
Third
for it.
place. Car number 8, Team Weld, teamwork. Koichi Yamashita gets third place. Third place for Koichi Yamashita. All right, now
The
moving
moment of
on.
truth.
Moving on. They're going to announce the winner or second place?
It depends on how they feel, but I think they should do first place.
Yeah.
We'll see. Building's up some suspense right now. This is very dramatic. You can tell they've done this before. One more time, Mike says.
One more time. We come all this way, bring them out.
Yeah.
All the way up to
One
the
more time,
front.
everybody.
One more time.
Yeah.
Get ready, get geared up.
Anytime now.
All right, let's go ahead and announce the event winner. The winner is car number 123, that of Mad Mike Woodette. So Mad Mike Woodette is going to take the win here for the first round of Formula Drift Japan here at Suzuka Twin Circuit, brought to
He's
you
gonna
guys
get up on his
by
car.
G-Shock. And there is his winning moveset, getting on top of that TCP Magic Red Bull Hun
Bravo.
Bull. And there's a second place winner right there, guys, in his wife's racing suit, Shinji Minowa, and his Heyman Products JZX 90 Mark II. Great job from all the drivers out here this weekend.
Yeah.
Spectacular performance from everyone. A lot of upsets. A lot of great driving, especially from these two drivers.
Mike's signature pose.
Is that supposed to be a raging bull?
Maybe it is. You'd have to ask him about that.
Or is that like a Kiwi thing? All right, here's a few
Is he
words
speaking
from
Japanese
the
right
winner.
now?
He said "Totemo tanoshimi desu" at Ebisu, which means he's looking forward to the Ebisu round.
There we go. He wants redemption at Ebisu. So he's giving us a little speech. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Probably not.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself, the winner of the event.
Yeah,
Mad
he's looking
Mike
forward.
Woodette.
Yeah,
He's already thinking about Ebisu.
Ebisu already.
He should be enjoying this moment.
Well, like
soaking
I
it all
said,
in.
he had a bit in his mind. It was a big upset for him to not get that win at Ebisu. So I think that for him, it's going to be a bit of redemption. He wants to go there and win.
For
He wants
sure.
to make up for what happened last season against him and Andrew Gray. And you have to expect that Andrew Gray is definitely going to put together that car and get it ready
Oh,
for
sure.
Ebisu.
He
That's his
must
home
be
turf.
So pissed right now.
That's his home turf. That's his track. It's his building. Everything that he has is right on that property at Ebisu. So anything that happens, he can run his car right up to the shop, get it fixed up.
Yeah.
Right for him, it's perfect.
That's his backyard.
That's his backyard. He drives there probably more than anybody every day. He
Probably
can drive,
perhaps even more than the owner himself of
Right.
Kumakubo.
Kumakubo doesn't drive that. Every time I've been there, I've never once seen Kumakubo driving personally, but he kind of hangs around there and does some office stuff. But yeah, Andrew Gray drives there quite a lot, especially with Neon.
Yep.
Neon goes up there and they practice quite a bit. They get a lot of seat time. So that's going to be an interesting battle if that happens at Ebisu between those two drivers, because that'll be a bit of a grudge match.
For sure.
Yeah.
As far as points go, I mean, obviously, being the first round of the year, Mad Mike's going to be leading in the
He's off to a fine
solid
start. Yes, absolutely.
Just where he wants to be.
Yeah.
And then following close behind is going to be second place winner Shinji Minoa. And then, of course, that of Koichi Yamashita in third place right now. What a great start for Mad Mike.
Yeah. He looks very, very happy.
Tony must be proud.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the shout-outs. Shout-outs to his family back home.
So I guess that's it for us today, isn't it? We're going to go back and do the podium ceremony, which is also a wonderfully complex little system that we have going on back there.
Is it?
It'll be fun. I'll get to get up on stage awkwardly and give people their trophies, not knowing what's going on.
Yep. You just
people
nod your head and say hi.
Yes, people point and smile and push me around to get me to the right place. But yeah, this has been a great event. I got to ride a scooter around on the track. That was phenomenal. We found a nice little road in the back that's kind of a secret back there. This is a great facility, beautiful track. I'd love to come here and drive myself someday. Not competitively, of course, just driving around. It just flows. It has it looks really nice, picturesque.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Ebisu a little bit. Do you ever get to drive in Japan anymore?
Rarely ever.
Rarely.
Yeah, but I mean, I drive this track on a setup.
On a setup, of course, yeah. But we'll have to get you out here.
I don't have to travel anymore.
Yeah, right.
Because I have a setup.
We'll have to get you out to Japan again to drive one of Robbie's cars so you can crash it for him again, because I don't think he's doing enough of that on his own.
No, he hasn't been driving much anyway. So
no.
I'll do that driving for him. But yeah, what a great event. Great turnout.
Yes.
The weather was solid all weekend. Not a drop of rain.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Track conditions were amazing. The judging was amazing.
Yeah, our new FD Japan models are doing a phenomenal job out there.
Holding the umbrellas.
Yeah.
All right, and for those of you guys that joined us this weekend, thank you very much. I am Ken Gushi, joined by Ryan Lantain on the commentating side of this round.
It was a pleasure, Ken.
I had a lot of fun.
Hope to have you with us again.
Please.
It's been great.
Bring me. All right, thanks, guys, and see you guys next time.
Take care, everyone. See you in New Jersey.